I'm Mike Hackard. Estate theft is one of the most painful issues families can face. Imagine working and saving for decades, carefully planning a will or trust, only for everything to unravel because someone decided to take what wasn't theirs. This isn't fiction. Estate theft is real, and it affects families of all sizes, not just the wealthy. It can drain assets, destroy trust, and fracture families for generations. Today, I want to talk about how estate theft happens, the warning signs you need to look out for, and the legal remedies available to protect your loved one's legacy. How does estate theft happen? Estate theft can take many forms: fraudulent transfers of bank accounts or property, undue influence on a vulnerable parent or grandparent to change a will, abuse of power by executors, trustees, or someone holding power of attorney, even outright forgery of signatures or legal documents. One of the saddest realities is that estate theft often happens when people are at their weakest, during cognitive decline, serious illness, or in the confusion after a loved one has passed. Warning signs of estate theft. There are red flags families should never ignore: sudden, unexplained changes to wills or trusts, large withdrawals or loans from financial accounts, a caretaker or new acquaintance suddenly becoming the main beneficiary, executors or trustees who refuse to provide statements or delay distributions, a loved one becoming isolated from family and advisors. If any of these patterns look familiar, it's time to ask questions. Waiting too long only makes recovery harder. The emotional and financial toll. Estate theft isn't just about money, it's about betrayal. Families discover that someone they trusted, sometimes a sibling, caretaker, or even a close friend, was secretly taking advantage of them. The financial toll can include delayed probate, costly litigation, and drained accounts. But the emotional toll, anger, grief, guilt, and broken relationships can last even longer. Legal remedies for estate theft. The good news is that the law gives families tools to fight back. Here are three of the most important remedies. 1. Contest. Fraudulent transfers. If property or funds were transferred under fraud, coercion, or undue influence, the courts can step in. Transfers may be voided and assets returned to the rightful heirs. 2. Prove undue influence. When someone isolates or pressures a vulnerable person to rewrite estate documents, courts can strike down those changes. Evidence like medical records, sudden isolation, and drastic changes in beneficiaries all play a role. 3. Hold fiduciaries accountable. Executors and trustees have fiduciary duties to act in the best interest of beneficiaries. When they misuse funds, delay distributions, or engage in self-dealing, beneficiaries can petition the court for removal, demand financial restitution, or in extreme cases, pursue criminal charges. Preventing estate theft before it happens. While remedies exist, prevention is always better. Here are proactive steps families can take. Appoint trustworthy co-trustees or executors. Multiple signatories and shared duties make fraud much harder to hide. Require regular financial reporting. Transparency keeps everyone accountable. Encourage open communication. Avoid secrecy. Share the broad outline of estate plans with family to reduce manipulation. Work with professionals. Attorneys, accountants, and financial planners add an extra layer of oversight. Real world example. Take this common scenario: an elderly man hires a caretaker. Over time, the caretaker isolates him from his children and eventually convinces him to sign over property and bank accounts. After his passing, the children discover that nearly everything has gone to the caretaker. With the help of an estate attorney, they gather evidence of undue influence and financial manipulation. The court invalidates the fraudulent transfers, returning assets to the rightful heirs. While the emotional wounds remain, the family's inheritance is preserved. Closing estate theft is a double blow. It robs families of money and trust. But knowledge, vigilance, and swift legal action can protect a loved one's legacy. If you suspect estate theft, don't wait. The sooner you act, the stronger your chances of recovery. At Hackard Law, we've helped families confront fraud, challenge undue influence, and hold fiduciaries accountable. Protect what matters most: your family's legacy, your loved one's memory, and the inheritance they intended for you. I'm Mike Hackard. Thanks for watching.